Last time I made a mistake in the narrative. Gertrude, I had said, was going to circle back to watch to see if anybody would lead her to her prey, but she never gave anyone the description of who she is looking for at the bar or the pub. So it'd be really hard for her to really make that move. What she's going to do instead is circle back and just watch it to see if that scene causes her to see anybody by the look of the person she's looking for to come and go inside of the pub. Again, this is Iron in the Blood, which is a vampire hack of Ironsworn by Sean Tompkin. It's not associated with Sean, just highly inspired. We are using the pre-release draft of the rules, which still could use a little tweaking or additions, but ultimately they're correct and in the place they should be. I'm just working on design. We're following the story of Gertrude Soloman, who right now is looking to get revenge against her maker for killing her family and accidentally turning her into what she is, a vampire. She is currently in an alleyway looking at the Seahole, which is a pub on the ground floor of an old building, multiple story building, close to the docks, but not, you wouldn't call it a dock kind of pub. It's more of like just a run down closer to the water. I'm going to see, I think this is she's gathering information. She's watching to see who's coming and going. And that's a wit's roll, which she is definitely benefiting from. And now she's hunting. She is definitely in hunt mode. So I'm going to give her bonus, her huntress bonus. So she has a +4 on this roll. No, but got 2. Alright, so 5 versus 2 and 7. She gets a weak hit. The information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Envision what you discover and get +1 momentum. Well, there's my +1 momentum. Complicates it. Alright. So, I think it's well past midnight when she finally sees what she's looking for. A man that resembles her memory goes into the bar. He is with somebody else. They look to be extremely drunk. They're stumbling, they're laughing out loud, there's some wine swishing. They go into the bar, which has become kind of dead. There hasn't been people coming and going. I mean, working people usually don't stay up that late. And after a while, she noticed the light come on in the apartment or room above the bar. And from her position, she can see the person's face completely. And she is 99% sure that's her prey. However, it comes over and shuts the shutters on the windows. Now, the complication here is that the target, the object of her obsession to murder, is in a building that probably has people who know what she looks like and are looking for her. And it's on the 2nd floor through a window. So I don't know how she's going to get in there. What would Gertrude do? She doesn't know yet the full extent of her vampire abilities. All vampires can do anything vampiric in the game, as long as they're willing to risk their control of themselves. But she doesn't know that yet. She doesn't really know what she can do. Instinctually, I'll let her do it, but she personally doesn't know. So jumping straight up to the window and flying through it like a demon and murdering the guy is out of the question. So is wrapping the shadows around her and sneaking through the door. She is going to see if there is a fire escape on the other side of the building or a back door, which I'm going to do as another gather information roll, because it's searching the area, asking questions, conducting investigation, or following a track. We're just going to roll it. I'm going to roll the same roll because she's still hunting. She's still on the prowl. No, that's another weak hit. Oh, I get another momentum though. So we're racking it up there. There is a back fire escape, but there is a man smoking on it. She watches him for a while from the dark, from the shadows. She feels safe in the shadows. She never used to feel safe in the shadows, but lately it seems to be where she likes to be. But the guy smokes and then rolls another cigarette and smokes it. She can't see in the dark, so it is just a figure in the dark. But he doesn't seem to be just smoking. It's almost like he's casually on the watch. I think she's going to sneak over and try to get up there and take him out. Base danger seems right to me. Now, she's sneaking, which she's not good at. She has a 1, but she is hunting. So I'm going to give her her huntress roll of 2. So she has a +2. She has 6. 6 versus... Oh man, a 10 and a 2. I can't even get that up there. You succeed, but face a troublesome cost. I think I'm going to cause her distress. And then we'll, once I endure stress, I will explain why I think that. We'll roll that, +3. And then roll those. So 6 versus a 7 and 5, a weak hit. She presses on. She slides across the alley in the dark. Now, she's not naturally a stealthy person, but just because of what she's become and how the shadows seem to whisper what people are feeling to her and how the shadows seem to be drawn to her, I think it comes with this feeling of safety. Instead of pulling the ladder down, she just jumps above where it would normally slide down off of some crates in the back. And when she hits it, it's louder than she wants. And for a moment there, her heart races. Her thoughts quicken. She gets super stressed and she thinks he's going to look down and see her. He does look around, but she notices that his body shifting makes the same amount of noise. And so maybe he thinks it's the wind. It's kind of windy tonight. She creeps up on him. She's going to try to sneak up with him with his knife and just cut him. Now, this is another odd thought she has. She is not normally one to consider herself violent or bloodthirsty. And she tells herself that the reason she's being so merciless is that these are the people responsible for her family's death, and that the police aren't helping. So we'll see how this works. So she's still using shadow because she's still trickery, but she is getting her +1 from Huntress. Man, she is going for these weak hits. I keep hoping I can transfer some of these. I spend my momentum, but I can't. I have to pay the price. I achieve it, but I have to pay the price. Let's go see what pay the price says. Pay the price. Let's roll some percentage. 60. It's harmful. Alrighty then. Okay, I'm going to call him a minor foe. So I'm going to take 1 harm, and then I'm going to roll on this endure harm. So let's go ahead and do my 4. Yeah. What? How many 10s in a row can I roll, right? Like, you know, ridiculous. But a weak hit as I press on. So she sneaks up behind him with her knife. She's about to just sneak up and stab him in the back of the head with her knife. I mean, the head's the weak part, right? And he sees her, spins around quicker than she thought, and throws her into the wall, the brick wall, and her head slams against the bricks. But almost instinctively, she just reaches back out with her knife and just stabs it into him. And the guy falls down. Now she's going to sneak in the window. So I gave myself 2 more for finding the building and sneaking in, or finding the building and getting up here, knowing that he's in there. Now I got to find him in the building. So I'm going to gather more information, you know? I'm going to search an area. She's going to quietly search through the building, looking for the guy she's come to look for. You know, she's really good at that, at least. 9 versus 10 and 7. I get another momentum. Something complicates my quest or introduces a new danger. So I have this thing called the challenge dice oracles, which are quick oracles to reference if you need to do it fast. And for the challenge dice oracles, you look at the 10s that you rolled, or the 10-sided dice you rolled, and you read the 2 numbers together. So purity, feeling protected, and dissolution and death are the 2 here. The 10 being dissolution and death, and the 7 being purity and feeling perfected. That just throws the story in a complete loop for me, because like I think she finds him, and the complication here is doubt. She finds the 2 people, the drunk people, in that room. The candles are burning like a fire. There's a fire in the fireplace because it's a chilly night. But in the room there is a altar with a crucifix on it. And when she comes into the room, the 2 are kneeling in front of it as if in prayer. And she just, for a moment, doesn't know what to do. Do you kill somebody who's in prayer? Will that further damn her soul? Is it the person that killed her family? Can she be 100% sure? Gertrude, raised Catholic, raised Christian, Protestant Christian most likely, doesn't want to kill people in prayer, but she doesn't think this person deserves to be communing with God. This is the person who killed her family. It has to end. Killing him might save her, even if she does it at this moment. I'm going to enter the fray. I think this moment needs a little bit more framing. I think I actually need to fight her. So I kind of painted her maker as weak. I mean, he attacked the family and got cut by her already. So he's not overly powerful. But when deciding what a vampire is in the game, you take what it would say dangerous foe, and then you up it by 1. Because vampires are stronger than your average person. So I think she's going to be in for a horrible, horrible, hard fight. Unaware foe, +1 shadow, which is terrible for her because, you know, I'm going to give her her huntress. No, I'm going to give her her anger. Her anger. She sees him, and her anger just builds and builds in her. Roll those. How many 10s is that in a row now? But anyways, I choose one. Momentum, and put myself in a good position, or take initiative. I'm taking initiative. That's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to strike. I'm going to just flat out strike from behind. Iron. She has 1 iron. And then she's angry. I'm going to give her that. And then I roll. And then I roll those. No. This dice roller is crud. 13. It's a weak hit. I inflict harm, but I lose initiative. Alright, that's fine. She comes in, crosses the room, and just stabs the person in the back of the neck. Back shoulder. Does 2 harm to him. Because with a deadly weapon. It's a big ass kitchen knife. But seeing the cross in front of her, she is shocked, and she backs up, and lightning fast, like faster than she expected, the guy turns around, and his face is filled with anger, and it's bright in there now and hot, and it gives her this moment of pause where he can take initiative, and they clash. Still with the iron, she's still angry. That's still a 3. Yep. And then I'm going to come up here to this dice roller and roll these instead. But that's an 8 and 9. That's a miss completely. Ouch. Man, this is going to be a quick fight. He turns around faster than she's ever seen anybody move, grabs her by the neck, and just throws her across the room. She hits a chair and a table, and her head bangs against the wall, and she feels her leg might go the wrong way, and she just crashes down. Ouch. Let's see if she can get back up from that. Der harm. She has a 1 harm in her health, and she has a 1 iron, so I think this is going to be a +1 roll no matter what. And if this rolls a 10 again, I'm going to be so sad. Nope. So I have a 5 versus a 5 and 8. I lose momentum. But I'm not at 0, so I can press on. She's just getting untangled from the chairs when he just like flies across the room on her, fury in his face, and his fist just come at her like so fast. She's kind of just struggling to get off the out of the tables, you know. Losing momentum. Ooh, I got a 9. I got a strong hit. I'm going to do +1 harm. So that'd be a 3 harm to him. So he'll be at 5. Panicking, she braces herself against the wall, and right as he jumps towards her with his fist, she just shoves the knife up, and it plunges into him. And it throws him off, and he hits the wall beside her. But she doesn't wait. She spins and just keeps stabbing, keeps stabbing, keeps stabbing. This guy is obviously not human. He is obviously the demon she's coming for. So she's going to strike. This time she's still with the 3 because she's still doing iron. That wasn't a very good roll. I got a 4, a 7 and 6. I'm gonna burn this. So that'll at least turn the 6 into a success and give me a weak hit. So she'll still inflict her 2 harm, bringing him to 7. But she loses initiative. She's just so mad. She's just a fury, just stabbing and stabbing, and she just doesn't realize that, unlike humans, this thing is not going to go down. So it actually grabs her, goes to grab her, and throws her off, and she no longer has initiative because it just shocks the hell out of her that it's going to keep moving. Not good. Not good at all. Oh, but that's a good roll. 8 versus 3 and 7. That's a strong hit. Now I'm going to take the +1 harm. That brings it to 10. It's just laughing at her, coming for her throat. And then she decides to just stab it in its freaking head. As much as she can. She just stabs it. Stabs it. And then I'm going to end the fight. 4 and 3, strong hit. The foe is no longer in a fight. They are killed, out of action, flee, or surrender as appropriate to the situation and your intent. I think he's gonna stop moving. She doesn't know how to kill vampires yet, so she thinks he's dead. Because that knife plunges up through his chin and into his brain, and then she pulls it out again and just shoves it into his ear. And as his body falls down, she pulls it out. So I'm gonna leave. I was thinking about she would just eat him, but there's another person in the room. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll for this vow she made. Ooh, a 10. There's more to be done, or you realize the truth of your quest. Envision what you discover. Ask the oracle, and then mark experience. I wonder what that is. I want to give this a dangerous quest, so I get 1 experience, but imagine what I discover. A 2 and 10. So 2's on the this little challenge dice oracle is connection or coupling, and a 10 is dissolution and death, right? I have not outlined who this person is that is sitting there, had just watched this furious battle take place. So I feel like maybe there's something to do with that person there. Dissolution and connection. So she thought that killing her sire was going, killing her maker, her sire, her whatever, was going to free her from this curse. And obviously, as she stares at it, it doesn't. So she hears clapping behind her and looks around to see the person that was praying with her maker clapping really loudly. Bravo, bravo, well done. I love to see new blood. I tell you what, my dear, the man says. The man, he's young, barely older than her, but he speaks with a sense of gravity, like he is just used to being in control. Today was to be a great occasion for the corpse you left on the ground, and I think he's going to be rather mad when he wakes up. So I tell you what, if you find me, and do it soon, I'll tell you how to actually kill him. He just kind of blends into the shadows in the window, and the next thing she knows, he's gone. I'm gonna write find the shadow man on here, and we're gonna swear a vow. I'm going to find that man. Plus heart. I'm gonna add lost. She needs this. This man's gonna help her, and she's lost. That was good. Strong hit. You are emboldened, and it is clear what you must do next. Must find that dude. I get +2 momentum. She rushes to the window and looks out and says, I will, I swear it. And kind of feels the shadow skimming along deeper into downtown Manhattan. She looks around the room, looks at the bloody corpse, wonders what he meant by actually kill him, and she's just so mad. So mad at it. That she sets fire to the room. She sets fire to him. This whole place. Drops the candles, takes logs out of the thing, out of the fireplace, and then flees into the night. And that is it for tonight. Gertrude found her maker, burned down the house, most likely set fire to part of New York that historically has never been set fire to before, and fled into the night.